do you need to open a separate business bank account for your self-employment? Well, the short answer is no. Because you are your business is you, there's no requirement to keep the two things separate. So there's nothing wrong. There's no reason why you can't just continue to use your current account and then start using that for your self-employment income as well. Now, I possibly would check your bank's terms and conditions, because I know some of them don't like you using personal accounts for your business transactions. But if that's okay, there's no reason in that sense why you need to open a separate business one. Now, for the slightly longer answer, I would still recommend that you do. Maybe not necessarily a business bank account, because I know some of them, especially from the high street banks, can have charges attached. But I would really recommend opening a separate bank account. And this is for two reasons. The first is to help you with bookkeeping. If you're merging both your self-employment and your personal income and sort of outgoings, it's going to be very hard for you to know how well or indeed how badly your self-employment is actually doing. Because it could be that you think you're doing okay, but it's actually other income that you've got, such as employment income, maybe some child benefit, maybe you've got a family member who transfers some money to you every now and again. It could be that income that's propping up losses that your self-employment is making and you don't know. The flip side is it could be that your self-employment is actually doing quite well, but you're offsetting all of your household bills against it. So it feels as though you're making a loss when actually you're not. So I would really recommend keeping that separate bank account and then transferring money into your personal account, because that way you'll get a clearer idea of how well your business is doing. And then when it comes to doing your tax return at the year end, you're not going to be going through hundreds of transactions that just aren't relevant to your business. And equally, if you're thinking of paying an accountant to do your tax return, they're not going to see all your personal transactions as well. So that's one advantage. The second is around HMRC, and if they were to launch an inquiry into your self-assessment. So if they believed that you were earning more than you declared. Now, if you've got everything in one bank account, HMRC will go through every bit of income. And some of it might be quite obvious to be able to say to them, that was definitely self-employment or that was definitely employment. But you could have other income. You could have family members giving you money. You could have paid in cash at some point. These are all things that you would then need to prove to HMRC were not self-employment income. Also, if you've got transfers going in and out of your current account, HMRC can follow those bank transfers. So if they believe that maybe you're paying some self-employment income into another bank and they believe that you're pretending that a family member is then paying that money into your account, they could follow that transfer and then look into that other bank account. I say this from experience. Back in the day when I first started my accountancy career, I was involved in a tax investigation, and because of these ins and out transfers, ended up going through bank statements, not only of the client, but the client's wife and their children as well. And it obviously wasn't pleasant for anyone involved. Now that's a massive sort of, let's say, almost like scaremongering. It happens very rarely, but I always feel the need to mention that when people ask for separate bank accounts. So the short answer is, do you need a separate business bank account? No. But I would recommend having a separate account for your self-employment. As I said, helps you work out or see far more clearly if your business is doing well or badly. It will speed up doing your tax return at the year end. And it will mean that if you were incredibly unlucky and had an investigation, it would keep HMRC focused just on that one account. You won't need to prove any other income or expenditure is self-employment. So I hope that all makes sense. In next week's episode, I'm going to be answering the question of what bookkeeping do you need to do? I will see you then.